When it comes to games based off an anime, you typically have two camps. The anime is popular, thus the game has a budget to be a moderate success, or the game isn't as popular and doesn't have that much of a budget behind it. Girls Und Panzer Dream Tank Match is that rare middle ground where the anime was once popular, but is definitely still worth watching. The story for Dream Tank Match is essentially a post-mortem of the movie. All of the characters are gathered up in a room and reminisce about their experience in the tournament, as well as explain events and why they made those decisions during a match. Ultimately, players will be playing through scenes from the movie. Some levels allow them to be played in a different perspective, or even the opposite team, although the ending will always be the same. You don't necessarily have to watch the original anime to know what's going on in the game, since it's a tournament of sorts. As for the explicit reason as to why these girls are driving these tanks, well, in the world of Girls Und Panzer, it's seen as a martial arts and as a feminine thing to do. Outside of the story mode, there is Domination Battle, a mini-story mode for each team. There is an extra match mode, which are challenge missions. The game will create a scenario for you to battle, and in that you must beat each challenge mission. In free mode, you can create a match against a CPU up to a 5v5 match, whether it be an annihilation match or a flag match. Same applies online as well. Online even has matches that are only available for a limited amount of time. Annihilation mode is basically destroy all the enemy tanks, whereas with flag mode, the main objective is to destroy the enemy's flag tank. Exclusive to Domination, the story mode and extra mode are the arrive at the destination matches in which you have to go from checkpoint to checkpoint before time runs out. Gameplay is where the game shines the brightest. Tanks come in multiple shapes and sizes, and some can rotate their turrets while some can't. Shooting a tank on its treads will make it temporarily disabled. Remember that you only have one shot before reloading, so you can't just fire unless you time your reloads properly. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for the tank to be loaded again. Each tank leader has their own unique ability for you to use, which can range from increased stats to knowing where the enemy is on the map. Once you've eased into the controls, the game is a blast to play, especially when it comes to drifting around opponents and hitting the opposing tanks. Graphically, it looks great, and the frame rate dips are minimal on the PS4 Pro. Maps are large enough to have good-sized battles over long distances, and even have decent hiding spots. This combined with the music creates a good enough rush where I do feel like I'm watching the anime in action at certain points. Overall, the game is fantastic. Even if you aren't a fan of the series, the game really is something worth playing. Sadly, I did have trouble with the online feature the several times when I played it. Granted, that might be because I'm in the US, and mainly everyone who owns the game is in Southeast Asia or Japan, so I can't be too upset about that part. If you're a fan of the show, by all means, pick this game up. Even if you aren't, this is certainly something worth looking into. And that does it for our review. To see the written review, be sure to check out our website, gaminggamma.com. A link to the site will be down in the description bar below. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments section. I would love to hear from you. And if this is your first time checking out my channel via this review, hey, be sure to stick around and subscribe for future reviews, let's plays, commentaries, and more. And as always everyone, thanks for watching.